Test, test, test. All right, guys, we're going to get started in a second here with a little bit of strategic command, Operation Ichi-Go. Let me actually go ahead and start that again. Good to see you, Alex. Not much, my friend. We're going to go ahead and jump in, guys. So we will be playing Operation Ichi-Go. This is actually a Japanese operation. And, of course, we're going to be playing as Japan. I'm keeping 3D units on, but if anybody wants me to change this, we can do that eventually. Let's jump in here. I think most people in this game prefer 3D units anyway, to be honest with you. Alright, guys. So this is the invasion of Manchuria, a.k.a. China. We're facing the Chinese, the Republic, not the Chinese People's Republic, the Republic of China, over here against Chiang Kai-shek. So let's try to get in here as quickly and as effortlessly as we can. I want to go ahead and obviously shell this position here at Sushui, and also maybe bring in some bombers. I'm sure they're going to have the Tiger Squadron, the Flying Tigers. These are essentially the Americans that are helping out the Chinese, the dastardly Chinese, in this particular conflict. So I want to try to make a mass front here. I don't want to go just for one area, because the Chinese have a nice long line, pretty much a front here, and I think we could smash it fairly easily here. I'm not sure I want to use the Indian Brigade. These are not our best warriors. Really want to try and send in the best of the best, especially for these city locations. Let's send in the 62nd Division. Also want to send in this tank. Maybe we'll send her back here. Wow, beautiful. Beautiful attack. I think we get 2 attacks with a tank. Good to see you guys. Yeah, it's been a while since we've done a YouTube stream here. All right, we got our armor close. I'm not too concerned about it. Oh, you recently got Strategic Command World War I? Oh, nice. Very nice, man. All right. All right, that's gone. Let's see what else we can do here. Keep the anti-air fairly close. I want to start moving this artillery across, but it's not safe yet because we still have enemy units in the area. However, I'm going to take this 110th Division, and I'm actually going to use it to immediately begin operations against Changsha. We really want the enemy focusing on multiple areas, and we don't want to be attacking across a river either. Let's see if we can also maybe get the mixed brigade in Changzhou. These could be Korean troops. They could be Indian troops. Certainly not the pure Japanese. Oh boy. All right, well, at least we see what the Chinese are working with here. Pretty good, I must say. And these army security units, pretty much a garrison unit. We could still potentially use it, but I think what I'm going to do is actually take the 65th Division and move him into this fighting area. Over here in the south, we got to be careful because it's tempting to attack, but I'm not sure that's such a good idea. In fact, I want to reinforce the Indian Brigade here, if I can, and maybe see if we can actually go ahead and make these, worthy troops. If we can get them up to full strength, then we can bring them up to the front lines to face the Chinese. So I think for now we'll keep them like that. I might take actually the 13th Division out of Nanchang, but that means giving up the fight for Changsha. We're going to get an army to actually take Changsha eventually anyway. It's going to appear somewhere over here by Wuhan, but this could be a nice kind of early start. So I'm going to start moving. The same goes for this location right here, Nanning, and I don't actually think we get an army in this area. So it's totally up to our men to break through. Really want all of our brigades, our independent brigades here, to be fairly well stocked. Good to see you guys. Hey, Eric. All right. Yeah, I'm going to end the turn here. I think we've done enough. Okay, guys. So poison gas is available for use. The Chinese have very little protection, and gas will disrupt their operations considerably. Be prepared. Japanese army units have also taken casualties when we use gas. Should we launch a poison gas attack on Chinese positions near Luoyang? If yes, our forces will shell Chinese positions with poison gas. If no, we will continue to attack without the assistance of poison gas. I am using the poison gas in the name of the Emperor here. Japanese poison gas attack near Luoyang causes Chinese casualties. Let's see how we did. And of course, we're going to have a few casualties ourselves, but nowhere near as many as the Chinese had there. They're getting some reinforcements here, and we are continuing the fight. Finishing off that group in front of us quickly is very important, because they've got another army over here, and they could obviously come and reinforce this battered army. As you can see, they're already moving this way. They're also reinforcing Changsha, so we've got to do something about that. Also got to watch out for those bombers. So hope our Zeros can take them out here. Some pretty nasty damage against our tank unit, I have to admit. Okay. So intelligence reports here, not really going to change anything for us. Nothing we can really do about it anyway. But I think we can start moving these independent brigades up here. I'm not sure if they're India brigades. They could be, as there were Indian troops in the Japanese army, or independent brigades. Nonetheless, we're going to hit this division here, the 128th. Start offensive operations in the area. Hoping to sort of meet with both of these armies. I think that would be the best. How's it going, guys? Good to see you all. Alright, let's take this city. Enough is enough. We'll bring up our cavalry brigade. We might want to actually shell the city first, sort of soften things up. We might not even need to attack with these units. Beautifully done, boys. Let's go ahead and move in there. And continue the attack here at Changsha. I think this is the most important area to hit. So I'm going to start moving the artillery across. A little risky, but I think we'll be okay. I think even our engineers could attack, potentially do pretty well, and they did. The 12th Army Engineers. We may be able to take this city right now, which is great. It's not a strategic objective, but it's still a big city, Changsha, and it's on the way to Luoyang. So this is the beginning of the end, we hope, for the enemy. I'm definitely going to try to relieve that army right there. I'm not sure we're going to succeed, but we need to attack these units anyway, and I can actually retreat with the 69th Division. I think this is a good time to retreat. Try and save them if we can, of course. Alright, let's see. Mixed Brigade. Bring them in. Now, the tank is what I'm not sure about. I'm thinking we need to bring it back and reinforce it. However, we could get aggressive here and attack with it. Maybe damage the enemy and then fall back either way. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I know, not the safest option. We won't use our second attack. We'll just fall back right there. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait one turn to reinforce. Try to get into Mixian. Perfect job there. This area should be completely under our control pretty soon. But the battle's not over. We're still bringing reinforcements here. The 65th Division on the way. And what are we going to use these bombers for? Let's go after the weak. So we're going to try and hit those really weak targets. Alright. And now with our tanks, I'd like to cut the enemy off ideally, but that's not always the safest option. So I think what I'm going to do is actually use these tanks on the attack of Luoyang. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just destroy that 9th Army. Destroyed an entire 9th Army there. That's pretty useful. And obviously we want to keep moving west here to Luoyang. I wonder if we should start moving this unit down. It's just army security, but again, it can take up positions behind the lines, and we can also bring up our general here. Let's do it. As for the anti-air, we'll just keep it where it is. So close to destroying that guy. Alright, let's keep on moving. And I don't expect to do well in these areas, but I feel like we should try to push either way. Our probe, just to see if we can get in here and make a difference. Sort of spot the Chinese before they spot us. They're right there. We got 9 viewers. Good to see you guys. Don't forget, guys, in the description to join us on Twitch. Follow us on Twitch. It's extremely rare that we do a live stream here on YouTube. That's really where we do most of our stuff and where we've been doing most of our stuff for the last few months. Oh, I think these bombers are getting out of here. I think the enemy bombers are afraid of our tanks. Let's hope we don't get hit again with those bombers, because they did a lot of damage to our last tank army. And yeah, they're definitely trying to retreat towards Jumdian, but I think we can totally just crush the enemy here. Thank you. Wow, somebody subscribed or followed. Welcome aboard. I didn't realize that our overlay was going to work here with OBS as well. That's pretty cool. Alright, a little counterattack. They're actually crossing the river to hit us. I don't know if they're stupid or they actually think they can destroy us here, but we can take Loyang either way. This is like us trading a pawn for a queen. I mean, as long as we can take Loyang, we'll be fine. Unfortunately, our tank army there took a nasty hit. I think we're going to have to get behind the lines, you know, refit these tanks, get some reinforcements. Many brave men have given their lives in those vehicles. Hey, Danny boy. Thank you, buddy. The name of the game is Strategic Command, World War II Pacific Theater. I have it in the category, but I think it only shows up after the video's uploaded. I can actually copy-paste it here. Well, I think you guys can see on the screen, but I'll do it. I'll copy-paste it anyway. So you get this by getting Strategic Command World War II, and this comes with it, I believe, automatically. Oh, no copy-paste? What's going on? All right, here we go, guys. Let's keep on going. And thank you for subbing on or following on Twitch. It really helps, guys. And I think anybody that enjoys these streams, I know every time we do live streams here on YouTube, we get a ton of viewers. We just don't get the same on Twitch. You know, join us there. You're going to have just as much fun. And I think less ads as well. I don't think I could even play ads on Twitch. Here I can torment you guys with ads every now and again. Although, frankly, with Strategic Command, it just doesn't seem appropriate. We are playing with Imperial Japan. Must be absolutely honorable here. There we go, max up. And yeah, let's try and save this tank army too. I'd love to save both of these tank armies. Of course, I hate the fact, but it's just the way it is that we have to wait till next turn to reinforce. We could start firing on Loyang next turn as well. So let's keep that in mind. Let's also start bringing out this artillery. And we'll advance on this front over here, near Changsha. I don't want any obstructions in the way of Loyang. We'll finish them off with another army. This is risky, but I think we could potentially destroy the 38th Army here in China. Oh, can we reinforce? Only going to be to 5, but this could work. This really could work. I'm avoiding Loyang just to try and destroy this army here. I don't think our bombers are going to reach that far, maybe? The Imperial Air Force is a thing to behold. Look at that. Just completely wipe them out. Nothing to worry about at all. And we'll bring the artillery even closer. At some point, we do want to bring the tank armies, but we simply can't do that now. Not at this moment. Yeah, let's send in the cavalry brigade. Might as well do something, right? And we've also got these reinforcements. Go ahead and kill the troops in Suping. Oh boy, kill. I hope we didn't just get demonetized on YouTube for using a naughty word. I think kill is on the list of questionable words. War and such, you know, we gotta use code words. Alright, let's see. Thinking maybe we go this way towards Mianchi, but if this unit encounters any enemy resistance, it's probably gonna get wiped out. So maybe it's best to mass in this situation. I'm stubborn. to make sure that our general is close. And I believe in this scenario, I don't believe we actually can purchase any troops. We're relying entirely on reinforcements sent by the Imperial High Command. So it does arrive. I think we're getting reinforcements next turn, an army to take Changsha, but we don't actually get to purchase our own troops. We can reinforce, but we can't actually purchase new units. I don't think so. I mean, maybe later in this mission, but at least not from what I've experienced. Ooh, those fighters need some fixing. All right, we got to get to that. Do some maintenance on those guys. Hey, Robert Roberts. No, it's really not that I've been taking a break. It's just that, honestly, I've been streaming on Twitch, man. It's the same name as here. It's just Twitch TV, Agrippa Maxenius. I almost never stream here on YouTube. So make sure to add. Oh, I was worried about that. So they're still going to go after our tank army with these bombers. Alright, we got some defensive artillery. I'm glad we moved up that arty. They're going to try to fight back, and they're actually doing a pretty good job, but I think we'll get into that city this turn. Alright, in preparation for Togo 1, the main elements of the Japanese 11th Army arrive. So at this point, that's what, as you see, that's what we're going to be using to take that other city nearby. And we want to start heading that way immediately. Alright, let's go. Okay. I was wondering if there was going to be more than just that army, and it's still not doing so well against them. We might retreat with these guys, let's pull them back. They need some reinforcement here at some point. And I'm at least going to try to approach from over here. I won't go all the way up the road, just to be safe. Let's just reinforce these guys this turn. Really don't want to lose anybody. Let's see if we can get the tank army back to full strength. Oh, that is great news. We had plenty of Hago tanks waiting to go. Let's see if we can take Loyang. And what I'm doing there I wouldn't recommend. I was pretty much using a tank to take a city. Doesn't usually work well, but in this case it worked just fine. Loyang is ours. And we can even cut across here. Let's take a look at the other objectives. This is such mountainous terrain. So we could take the 14th Air Force HQ. That's an American position. We could also take the city of Chongqing. The problem, of course, is going to have to be getting on these roads to Chongqing. Let's see how we would even make it there. We couldn't make it this way. So we would have to go southwards to Changsha. Changsha is the key to everything, as far as I can see. So we got to take this army and really head farther south immediately. There's really no reason to keep going west. We just got to push downwards pretty much. Alright, let's do it. On the way, of course, we want to try and take some of these generals out. Got a few Chinese army generals that we could deal with. And at this point, we are just destroying these armies. Even with artillery fire, just absolutely eviscerating them. But will it be this easy as we continue into the battle? I don't know. I don't know, my friends. Really just trying to speed is, of the essence here. So I'm trying to be as quick as possible with these units. That's why I'm attacking and moving forward, kind of trying to let our rear guard hit them. We might have to have that tank unit take them out, but we have to stay on the move. Okay, let's see. Those boys have done what they could. And with this guy here in Dushi, we'll also reinforce him just to kind of put a thorn in the enemy's foot, force them to commit a lot of resources to taking that area. And let's keep going. Here we go. Oh, come on, boys. At least they performed well. Oh, yes, beautiful. We took another city here. I'm not sure if we can actually take it with with the general unit. We can, not with the AA, though. Let's bring the AA up. Bring this general unit up. And I think that's going to be it for now. Let's bring this guy back here and reinforce him. These guys did a really good job, the 69th Division, almost like guerrilla operations there, as they forced the enemy across the river and retreated. So we definitely want to reward them and reinforce them for those brave actions. Game title is... oh, it was here before. Oh, I just copy-pasted it off. Is Strategic Command World War II Pacific Theater. Yeah. It's quite fun. Alright, let's see. I think we'll end the turn there. And again, we're just collecting 72 MPP even after taking the city, so maybe we're not really going to be collecting MPP for objectives taken. It's just what we have to do to complete the mission, pretty much. Oh, now they've got some bombers. So they pulled them back, but they pulled them back to pretty good positions. And our Air Force in comparison is not as impressive, at least not right now. I think Dushi will be taken this turn. Really surprised by all the Chinese counterattacks. It's something that I don't see a lot in this game. This level of aggressive counterattacks, like right there, it worked really well. But in the other areas, it seems like they're almost sacrificing themselves just to stop us for one or two more turns. Reinforcing Kogo, the Japanese 63rd Division arrives, and this is just one army or one division. It's really nothing special. But what we'll do is bring it to our battlefield as quickly as possible. So go ahead and grab him. He's up here. And just swing him down this way. It's going to take a while. Yeah, let's reinforce our fighters this turn and hopefully also reinforce our bombers next turn, because things are getting pretty dicey here. Come on. 6 tank regiment. Another destroyed Chinese army. But it's not over yet, folks. It's not over till it's over, as they say. There we go. Let's move up the 37th Division and continue the offensive south. And at this point, that unit is totally cut off. Look at that. Another army destroyed. Now, what I am worried about is their attempts to attack our general here. Let's try to get him over here. And I'll actually take this unit and try to attack their general here at Nanyang. So maybe we can catch their guy first, and I think this will help quite a lot in the war effort. But I'm also thinking we might want to go out and hit those bombers. Those are going to probably harass us for the rest of the mission, so I'm going to attack. Look at that! We just destroyed an airfield. Why not? I'll reinforce this unit here, the 27th Division. And these units. Looks like we can only get 2 there. We got to get the general a little bit closer, obviously. We might be taking General Tang captive pretty soon here if this continues. And of course, our next target is going to be Changsha. From there, we move west to Lucho and a few other targets. I'm not sure if we're getting any more reinforcements after this. Should have bombarded them first, but a little late for that. All right, let's see if the 12th Army Security can do a great service to our country here. And beautiful, they just eliminated that unit. So actually, this unit is quite useful. Again, it's just an Army Security unit, but they can still fight. And I think we're going to have to take maybe one turn out of this movement south to reinforce these units. We still have these guys, though. We're still moving towards Changsha. So let's see how close we can get before we encounter some resistance. I'm thinking we're going to encounter resistance right over here in front of the swamps. Be a perfect place to sort of set up a trap where the enemy army could block off this area. If we were forced to move through the swamps, we'd be bogged down. It would be easy to shoot at us, be easy to hit us with artillery. So that's what I'm thinking they're going to do. I'm also going to retreat with this army here, the 13th, because they just can't do much, let's face it. Not right now, anyway. I think it's going to be very hard to take Nanning, especially with a lack of reinforcements, so we might just retreat with these two armies. Which is kind of sad. I wish we could keep attacking, but no general there to help us. Let's see. All right, let's bring this general forward over here so these guys can get proper support, logistical support, etc. All right, I think that's going to be it for that turn. Why are my forces all intermingled with no front lines? Sort of just the layout of the game. Pantella says, Bansai. Nice, thanks, man. Yeah, it's, we are kind of like, this would represent a front line if this was an actual map here. Because if you look at Changsha and Mianxi, if you look at a map of China, these are very, very far apart. So we've essentially got armies and divisions moving across this area and this area. But it's not that, how could I say, structured a game. I guess you could have like a front line, like a Napoleonic front line, but I don't think it would really work that well. Just my personal opinion. Okay. Let's end the turn. Okay, poison gas is available for use. The Chinese have very little protection and gas will disrupt their operations considerably, but be prepared. Japanese army units have also taken casualties when we use gas. Should we launch a poison gas attack on Chinese positions near Nanning? And this is the area in the south that I don't think we can take. But I am going to shell them to at least lower their numbers. I'm worried it's going to harm that unit, though. To counter the Japanese offensive, Chinese 9th War Area units take a position. Not good. Well, it looks like they actually reinforced their entire general unit there in one turn. The general staff is just fine, apparently. So it seems, again, that the Chinese are eager to get into combat with us here. Once again, launching, actually, in this case, the attack on our forces. We might pull back with that weaker unit and sort of see if we can't use the artillery to level things out. Chinese Air Force receives additional fighters. Not good news for us. And careless use of poison gas caused friendly casualties among the Japanese. We knew that was going to happen. It's just sort of the price we pay for war. All right, guys. Yeah, I see no point in continuing that offensive operation. We'll keep these units here. Unfortunately, no reinforcements for those units. We'll just keep them right there. Let's go. Enemy's got some defensive artillery too. And once again, as I suspected, they're going to be over here near the swamp area. Wondering if we should attack. It's not looking great, so I'd rather move back with this unit. We'll actually move back to the swamp, hoping the enemy doesn't go there. And just to make sure that doesn't happen, I'm going to bring this army up here as well. So we'll go right there. Beautiful. And I think that Chinese unit is definitely in trouble. Now, can we reinforce these guys? Yes, we can. Let's do that. Yeah, I said we were going to have to take a turn to reinforce this unit, and I think this is going to be it. I'm worried about the unit here at Zhongmu, but I hate having to dedicate troops to actually take this guy out. We'll have to do it, though, because, of course, at any point he could rush up and just take all of the ground we've covered, or cover all the ground we've taken. So I'm not even going to... Yeah, I'm just going to continue south, but I'm definitely going to have to deal with him. At some point, at least. And I think we can use some of our weaker units to do that. Definitely don't want to lose that unit if possible. Let's reinforce. I know it's just a Wuhan garrison, but I think it still has value. Let's finish these guys off. Give them some artillery support here. And our men should be able to just jump right into this area. Let's go, 62nd. Glory. Now, I'm not going to be able to take the position with them because we need to keep moving. But I think they get the idea. And we'll keep moving south to the engineers as well. With these units, even the tank unit, we're going to stay on our quest to try and destroy the enemy general. Bring this guy up from Luoyang as well. And I think we just took Tang prisoner or killed him. One or the other. I know the Japanese don't typically take prisoners, but maybe in the case of generals, they make exceptions. And we could also use this guy again as a suicide squad just to take out that bomber, but I think we need him, so I'm going to move him back to Luoyang. And that's the 118th Division there. At least we don't have to worry about that unit anymore. And let's definitely recruit some more pilots here. We can't reinforce the bombers this turn. I don't think we used them. Maybe we did and I wasn't even paying attention. Not this turn. So close to destroying that army. And, yeah, I think at this point we do need some people defending Luoyang, but we can't dedicate a bunch of troops over here. I don't think we have any positions we need to take there. We really have to focus on going south, so I'll pretty much just ignore those units. I'll still keep some units behind to defend against any attacks, but we've got to move on. We've got to move on, folks. Hey, Uyghurs TV, what are the objectives? We got to take all these locations here in Manchuria, aka China. And if not, then we suffer very bad consequences. By the way, as I said before, guys, I want to thank, first of all, so many people on the live stream here. I really appreciate it. But if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to us on Twitch. It's right here, Twitch TV /AgrippaMaxenius. That's where we do almost all of our streams. So, honestly, the live streams here are very rare, very few and far between. But on Twitch, we stream almost every day. Have I ever played the World War II card game Cards? No, I have not, but I'll take a look at it. I've seen a World War I war game, card game, sort of like that. That seemed kind of cool. Alright, I think we end the turn. Hopefully the Emperor's with us on this one, because it's not going to be an easy one. So that army, we didn't even get to destroy it, and that's really frustrating, because now they're going to retreat and reinforce that unit, and use them against us again. Just because they were just at 1, they can still recreate that force. I think the biggest threat to us right now are those enemy bombers. They are so frustrating. Oh, Just so much flat terrain in this area. Very easy to be spotted from the sky. Now this could potentially be a chance for us to trap the enemy again. Let's hope so. Oh my goodness, we've got to watch out for those approaching Chinese units. Did you guys see that? So they're trying to ambush us. Or flank us anyway. Wow, very surprised by that. They've been the master of the counterattack so far, so I shouldn't be surprised. Let's go ahead and try to just destroy this army once and for all. Nice, so close. That'll be the 20th Army. And I'll see if I can reinforce. I don't think I'm going to be able to. But we need to defend somehow here. Sometimes attacking is the best form of defense. Can we reinforce him? Nope. We just need to speed south. See, guys, this is why I was saying we had to go south so quickly. Because eventually, of course, the enemy is arriving with units as well. And we need to reinforce the area. So at this point, I am just buzzing through, trying to get over there and cut the enemy off to try and save that army. I think with these guys, I'm just going to reinforce them. Maybe get the enemy to use these as a bombing target. Come on. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, and we're going to have to reinforce that tank next turn. But we won't worry about it too much right now. Now, at this point, we should actually be bringing our units closer together because they're far away from our actual general. So we'll try and pretty much grab these units, move south with the general in tow. We've got to decide who's going to stay behind, and I think it's going to be the 110th Division and the 27th. The rest of these guys are coming with us down south to try and take more Chinese cities. The war never ends. The war never ends, friends. Finally, we can reinforce these bombers, although it's going to take some time. Kind of a slow reinforcement there. I don't see the point of doing much here, although we're performing pretty well against the Chinese 31st Army, so we could potentially destroy this army near Guangzhou. All right, let's end the turn. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't fun getting bombed there, but now we know what it feels like. Alright, guys, let's keep on pushing to Changsha. Yeah, we definitely want to try to save that army, so I'll pull it back. We'll pretty much just use who's arriving to fight this battle. Pull the rest of these units back. Now, these are not as strong as the divisions we've got out on the front lines, but I don't think that they're going to be able to fight this battle by themselves anyway. Let's go. Shameful retreat. I think it's the smart decision, though. And I'm definitely not going to cross here. I mean, this is open territory. It is open ground. It is tempting to try to do that just to flank that unit, but with these mountains here, it's just going to be a nightmare. It's going to be an absolute nightmare. That was a mistake. I think everybody saw that. I was trying to move a tile lower than that. There we go. Let's start getting this general a lot closer. I'll also go ahead and move our bomber squadron up, guys, a bit closer here so we can use it, as well as the fighters. And I think as for these two troops, they're just going to be our defensive troops stationed in this area. They'll probably get hit a lot of times with enemy bombs, but, you know, we can't keep the entire army up here. We've got to use them to take the rest of the enemy positions here in the south. Reinforcing Togo 1, the Japanese 68th Division arrives. Okay, it's just one unit, but not too bad. And more Chinese armies reinforcing here and establishing themselves. Yeah, the Chinese-American bombers, mostly American pilots in this case, are raining hell on our units there. They are absolutely defending Changsha. The Air Force alone. Got to end this disgrace. The guerrilla must move among the people as a fish swims in the sea. Mao Zedong. Okay, communist guerrillas attack the oil fields here. And we did not expect that. Alright, let's do it. So we're not giving up here, of course. Let's get the artillery out of here. Trying to move up with our stronger units, of course, but it's rainy, it's nasty outside. It's not going to be easy to get into this tiny area anyway. And I'm not exactly trying to attack across the river, so I might have to kind of put myself in kind of a tight spot just to be able to engage the enemy in these areas. Let's keep on moving. Actually, I'm going to have to put a lot of our units in a tight spot. General Uchiyama is with you, boys. Remember that. It's about 50 kilometers behind the lines, but it's not important. See, it's even going to take this tank army quite some time to get all the way down here. Talking about a very large piece of land. Gonna go ahead and get on the road just to make it easier for our men to get down here. And we'll probably have to move these bombers once again. Alright, folks. With orders to delay the Japanese at Hengyang, General Fang Xiangchui arrives. And now it's nice and bright outside. Perfect for some battles. I'm not in the south, though. Finally, our interceptors are dealing with some of those American bombers. Hopefully we can really damage them. And it looks like they're actually directly bombing our airfield here. Now that's the problem. Just so many enemy planes hitting those positions and weakening that frontal unit. That's going to be an issue. "16 turns. All right, folks. Let's see what we can do here. So obviously we're going to have to pull back with this unit. Sad, but them's the facts. Them's the facts. I think what we have to do is try and sort of piecemeal destroy the army, even if that means moving away from Changsha, not necessarily focusing entirely on it. So I'm going to move some of these units forward over here, and there we go, wiping out one of the Chinese divisions. We'll try to extend this front line across the way here, even though we're going to be divided by the river, I still think it puts us in a better position. And let me actually see if I get this general closer. If we can reinforce this guy, maybe not this turn. Maybe we'll have to wait for a next turn. But I think that's my my goal here anyway. There's no point reinforcing just to get one. Let's push forward. And there we go. We see we've got an army of only 3 there. Could potentially commit some units there. And once again, destroyed another Chinese army. I think this is going to be the key to victory. Can actually max reinforce them. Why not? Let's do it. And the tanks are on the way, boys. The tanks are on the way. Artillery as well. I'm going to be careful with that arty because they could definitely attack us. Banzai. Crush the Celestial Dogs in the name of the God Emperor and his Imperial Army. We could try to do that for sure. Alright, let's see. I'm going to just keep these guys here. Just go ahead and reinforce. Might as well keep the AA over here by our oil fields in case the enemy tries to attack them with any bombers, although I don't think they will. Honestly, really don't think they will. General continues to follow. And again, we're not going to be able to reinforce this unit without a general. We could try to cut across the mountains and get over here, but that's a lot of work. We're not messing with that. Let's end the turn. Looks better than last turn, at least. But we'll see how these bombers do. They've been doing really well so far. Maybe they could help the Chinese once again and knock out some of our units and stop this assault on the city. We'll have to wait and see. All right, Communist guerrillas attack again the Shizuan garrison again. Last time they attacked the oil fields. This time they're attacking the actual garrison itself. Enemy's got some escorts here, but we really need our interceptors to hit some of their bombers. Need to stop that constant tide of bombs coming in. I don't mind if they take out the artillery and leave the infantry alone, because we can just overwhelm the enemy with numbers in this sector. Yep, I was worried about that. But I think this is actually going to work against the enemy. We'll be to Changsha very soon. It's nice and rainy. Not exactly a good omen, but we'll see what happens. And of course, we know they've got some more armies back here. That's not good news. I'm going to try to totally cut off these Chinese armies here. So here we're just kind of tricking them. This was the trap I was kind of trying to set up. If we can trick them into these pockets, then we can just kind of cut them apart. Let's reinforce. Call this the Katana Offensive, my friends. I know it's cheesy, but it just sounds right. Oh, it's going to be tough to get the tanks over here. Only problem was we didn't get that third army. That would have been great. Let's see if the bombers... Can the bombers potentially get them? No, they can't because of the weather. Damn it. Definitely not. This would be a good time to reinforce, though, now that it's raining. Go ahead and get these armies up to full strength. At least the few that can get up to full strength. I think 8 I consider full strength at least. As long as it's like 8, 9, or 10, I don't think I need to reinforce. Let's just keep moving. There's that reinforcing Chinese army. Alright, reinforcing Togo 1, the Japanese 40th Division arrives. I mean, at this point, single divisions are making a big difference, so each one we get is great. I'll take it. I don't really care that we lost the artillery. Obviously, it would have been better if we didn't, but we will continue towards the enemy. Let's finish these guys off completely. We can actually see if we can skip through with this unit, making it easier for us to get our strong 116th there a lot faster. And see, even attacking across a river, I wouldn't typically do this, but since we're in a rush, I almost feel like we have to do this. Absolute steamroller there, beautiful. Alright, guys. This is looking pretty strong, but time is really moving against us. Look at that army, just so damn strong. So Changsha, the airfield, this airfield, and Lucho. Lucho is going to be the toughest just to get all the way there. It's going to be tough to get all the way there. And then, of course, Chongqing. The 14th Air Force HQ, I don't think that we actually need to take that, but it is on the objective list, so we probably should just to be safe. Let's see. I don't want any stragglers whatsoever, and I don't want any of the enemy hitting our units as we move through this area. Here we go. Okay, let's keep our fingers crossed. Doesn't look like the bombers are doing as much as they were doing before against us, at least. Well, I spoke too soon. Definitely spoke too soon. So at this point, our fighters are wiped out. The poor Zeros, I mean, they did a great job. But I'm actually happy that they're focusing on our bombers and not on our infantry. We just have to keep on pushing. And at some point, try and overrun those airfields like we did earlier in this mission. If we could have taken out all the airfields, which, you know, it's an impossible task, but if that were a possibility, this would be a fairly easy operation. Now look at the Chinese. They are pretty much committed, every single unit here, to defending the city. Getting pretty desperate, the Chinese. And of course, they've got a general overseeing the festivities. We'll retreat with this fellow into the jungle. And I'm going to try and get back to Hanoi. Vietnam. See, you can see the scale, knowing that Vietnam is right there. The scale here of this area. This is a massive part of China that we have. What to do? I hate doing this. We're gonna have to go into the swamps just to have more room to maneuver. It's dangerous for sure, but it has to be done. Nice. Let's go. Indian Brigade moving through, not doing much. Kind of let us down a little bit there, Indian Brigade. And let's see if we can just break through here. And I think, yes, beautiful, guys. 122nd Army destroyed. And let's see if we can do the same to these other guys. I was thinking we could sneak these tanks across this mountain pass and destroy the enemy artillery. But I don't know if I want to risk the tanks. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Give your lives for the Emperor. Nothing else matters, boys. Here we go. Grab the tank. Try to get that artillery a bit closer, of course. Beautiful. Alright, keep on going. And again, just getting through this area is kind of tough. It's kind of a clog. But if we can break through to the south here, we'll just be able to spill out this way, take that area very, very quickly. And I think hopefully move to the west here to Lucho quickly enough. They've been counterattacking since the beginning of this operation, so I assume that'll continue. But maybe now they'll start getting defensive. There's those bombers again. Just the bane of our existence. They finally torched our airfield there, our own bombers. It was the only group of bombers we had. Looks like they chased that unit into the jungle and annihilated them. But I think we are closer than ever to taking Changsha. Preparing for Togo 2. Japanese air units arrive. Ooh. Look at that. Army reinforcements arrive. Look at that, guys. Unbelievable. Okay, that gives me a lot of hope. Alright, we got some units there. Don't really care. We're not interested in that area. Let's head west. What else needs to be said? I am itching for a victory here. Let's go. Now, we could potentially leave one of these units behind to defend the area, but I think we need every single one of these guys in the fight. So I'm going to keep on pushing. Macau, the Portuguese colony of Macau. Of course, it's no longer a Portuguese colony, but at one time it was. I mean, back then it was, at this time. Let's see. Try to use those fighter pilots as well to damage the enemy at Vosges. Alright, so we could actually directly attack Changsha. We could also directly attack their general right now. I think I'm going to go for those rogue guerrilla tactics that we used earlier. Try and get behind their lines and damage them that way. We're sending a lot of men into the meat grinder here, but when has Japan not sent men into the meat grinder for these battles? We could also cut off this area here. I think I'm going to do it. And we are continuing to advance on this front. Oh, wow. That was really strong attack. Amazing. Just wiped out the 142nd Army, guys. The problem is we took some damage on the way. There's another army we took out. And let's keep advancing. The advance is now consistent. I mean, at this point, they can't stop it. But they can stall it. And the longer they stall it, well, the higher the chance that we lose this entire battle. Got some units that have been left behind here. And at this point, I will attack with the 13th Division, even if the odds don't necessarily favor us. Let's end it. Could always use more reinforcements. I know we've been given some already, but I'll take more if we can. If they want to give us some. Well, that sounds like an actual train. That sounds like they actually just moved away from the city. Perhaps they've given up on it. Let's hope so. Let's hope they've come to their senses. I was worried about this. So they are going to push on Hanoi. We just have to get there before they obviously get to Hanoi. We're attacking with that other army we just received. Oh my goodness. They are completely counterattacking here. We can still get this tank out of here, but yeah, not the best position for the tank. I was a little worried that it could get trapped over there. Maybe we can just go ahead and power on through and relieve that tank through sheer combat. Relieve the tank. Let's try. Right, with this army, we really do need to pull back. Unfortunately, it's going to entail having to get by some enemy units. And with this rain, yeah, it's not making things easy. As you can see, really, really bad conditions for fighting. Yeah, we can't even reinforce. So I am escaping deeper into the mountains. That's true. But with this particular weather, it doesn't look like there's going to be much done this turn, unfortunately for us. We'll at least reinforce some of these army units. And we could be risky and move these guys out. Let's do it. For the good of the country. Got to get these generals a lot closer to the actual men. Hello, Purple General. Good morning, Vietnam. He says, wrong war, but welcome, man. If you try to push further south and west, you're going to have a bad time, buddy, says Purple General. It's going to be a tough one. Does the game start in 1941 or in 36? It starts in 36 because we're currently, it's the first Sino-Japanese War, I believe. So, yeah, it's kind of early, or maybe even 38, like maybe well into the Sino-Japanese War. I think that's how it's supposed to be set up anyway. Yeah, that's all we can do this turn. It's a tough one, man. Again, poison gas, and at this point, in this area, they're asking if we should launch attacks near Changsha. I think there are so many of our men in that area that it may not even be worth it, so I'm not going to shell that area this time. We've shelled the other two, but in this case, we've got so many people here, it's not worth doing. Yeah, they're actually starting to pull back a bit here and form maybe another defensive line around the city. We've got to make sure the rising sun flies over that damn city. All right, let's go. Here we go. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to try to get behind these forces. Try to get behind them over here as well. That actually worked out really well, just to destroy the 9th Division. It is just a Chinese division. It's not an entire army, but I'm quite proud of my men. Wonder if they could get to Lucho in 10 turns. That is the question. Alright, guys, the eternal battle for Changsha. The question is, can we take it this turn? At this point, we haven't even touched it. Haven't even touched it. Yeah, we're going to have to go for the surrounding armies. See there, we completely destroyed that army. Let's reinforce this one immediately. And we'll try to attack Changsha with our armored brigades. But even here, they are withstanding the attack somewhat. And we got to get these guys back behind the lines. I'm just going to wait till it's safe. It's not safe right now. All right, guys, bringing this artillery up as well to use against the city. I think by next turn, it will be in our hands. Don't forget, guys, please do, if you want to help the channel, subscribe to me, or follow me, I should say, on Twitch, if you haven't already. It's right there in the description of the video, twitch.tv/AgrippaMaxenius, just like you have here on YouTube. And that's if you want live videos like what we're doing here. I think this is the first live video we've done in maybe 4 months on YouTube. Maybe 3 months, something like that. All right, we'll end the turn. It's getting really close to the end. And the weather isn't exactly cooperating with us. And once again, they reinforced fully at Changsha. They know they can't lose that city. It would just reflect horribly on China. Look at that American actual HQ spotted here. So it'd be amazing if we could attack the Americans. I believe in this particular war, they're just here as advisors. This is before Pearl Harbor, all that stuff. So just American advisor units. But they also had American, pilots that would assist the Chinese. So, yeah, we could keep attacking Changsha. We're trying to move these guys out of the way. We should have bombarded it first. That's what we'll do right here. Go ahead and start bombarding. Nice. Let the city fall for Imperial Japan. Out of the way. Somebody wants the glory. Let's see if we can grab these guys and move them forward. Oh, so close, guys. So close. That's it. It's ours. And the rising sun shall rise over Changsha here in a second. If we can get an army to occupy it. It's going to be the 3rd Mixed Brigade. There we go. Not too shabby. Now, of course, we still have threats, and we still have cities to take, but this is certainly a step in the right direction. I think we can also save this tank crew finally, or tank crews anyway. We might even allow them to deliver the killing blow here. No, it looks like they couldn't do it. Nonetheless, we'll be able to get some reinforcements for the armor, and we need that. Need that badly. Look at that. Now that's a proper front, guys. And of course, now we take that airfield, and then Lucho, Nanning. Still a few areas to take. Let's see how far we can get without encountering enemy forces. It looks like pretty far. Pretty damn far. We might be able to get into Lucho quite easily. Probably shouldn't jinx myself, but assuming they don't have anyone defending this city, I think so. It is glorious to die for the Emperor, says Robert Barnes. Indeed. Okay, we could actually engage some enemy artillery. Definitely helpful. And getting closer to that airfield. I think we'll take it pretty soon. They've got a few generals here, it looks like. Perhaps we could take prisoner, add them to our already expanding war chest. And it looks like they haven't tried any attacks in the north, so we could have potentially left those cities unoccupied, but I don't think that would have been a great idea. Okay, let's end the turn. Poor tanks. The poor tanks. They did a very good job of stopping our armor in its tracks. Right there. Okay, so I see some Chinese approaching from the jungles to the south. I'm going to try not to worry about it too much. Let's go. We're going to approach from the mountains so we can get an eye on this, or keep an eye on the situation. I think we could approach from the north. This is the way to do it for sure. Okay. Ooh, we've actually got some enemy artillery here. I don't see too much infantry. And it's going to be General Feng, the famous General Feng, who is actually brought here to defeat the Japanese. But I don't know if he's going to be able to succeed. I hope not. With this unit totally surrounded, we've got to keep going. I will try to attack him, but we've got to keep moving. Good job. All right, that's the 109th Regiment. Let's reinforce the unit at Changsha. Of course, technically we should be reinforcing all these units, but that slows our progress for a turn. I'm going to go ahead and do it now. Not with every single one, but with at least a few. See if we can reinforce this guy. Oh, yeah. Okay, another decision. Poison gas. Once again, poison gas to be used near Hanyang. I'm going to say yes to this one. Because there's a lot of units in this area. And of course, it's also caused casualties amongst our men. But quite a lot of damage there to that enemy HQ that's been in our way. I hope General Feng just abandons this position, but he is reinforcing. The stubborn old fool refuses to surrender. Seven turns, my friends. That's all we've got. Just 7 turns. Wish I could get that artillery a little closer. But we've got to accept our situation. Just going to ignore that already. Just keep attacking. Don't stop. It's the last position you guys have to take in this particular area. because there's no way they have enough time to make it all the way over here. We're gonna have to leave that to this army. So this is pretty much the last position they have to worry about. I mean, I'll still keep trying to get to the south, but I don't think we'll make it. Here we go. Beautiful. All right. Of course, we'll reinforce any units that have been badly damaged in combat. All right. Not much left on the Chinese side, I have to say. It's just a question of, can we race there quickly enough? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Bring everybody down. And yeah, we might as well go ahead and attack these guys on the way. Just because I don't want them taking Changsha, but I'm going to leave a unit behind anyway to defend this area. Ooh, this is a feisty unit, the 133rd. Very brave. Okay, end the turn. The U.S. government accedes to Chinese demands and recalls General Stilwell. Japan collects 72. And the question is, if we just hold on to what we have now, do we win? I think we might. Maybe it's just a draw. I don't know. I don't think this game is like Panzer General where you have to accomplish certain objectives. I think it all comes down to who has the most points at the end. But in our case, we have 72 MPP, so yeah, maybe we do have to accomplish the actual objectives. Got a few of those bombers. We're spotting them finally. And not much we can do about them, though. Oh, wow, look at that. So the enemy is actually reinforcing. It looks like they're in it for the long haul. All right. They're very much in it for the long haul. It's a shame we can't move these guys up a little bit closer. All right, so I am going to actually head this way. But see, this is what I was worried about, is on the way to that actual location, we were going to encounter more enemy forces, and I don't necessarily want to fight through this area just to potentially make it there in 5 turns. Guess we don't have much of a choice, though. Let's keep on moving. The Emperor demands it. See if that arty can reach. Oh, yes. Beautiful. Unfortunately, this unit is being kind of stubborn. And again, we have to leave some units at Luoyang. We can already see the Chinese unit here. It's probably not a threat, but, you know, just to be safe. Okay, I think that's going to be it for that turn. Hey, Eric Gelder, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, they did. Oh, for sure Japan used poison gas in World War II. Well, guys, I'm going to do a little advertisement here because I know we have way more viewers here than we do usually on our Twitch streams. So again, please, if you want to help the channel, follow me right here. Twitch TV/AgrippaMaxenius. I know you guys can see it there on the screen, especially if you like live streams like this. That's where we do 99% of them. This is the 1% that we do here. We just actually were doing some Mordechai, so we also sort of stray away from the strategy genre. Not all the time. We mostly do strategy. But I like to try different things and see, you know, if people are into them. So we can kind of discover, you know, maybe a new route for the channel. Maybe we could add some other genres here and just have some fun. All right. I think that's it. Ooh, what is that? Okay, yeah. End the turn. I got worried that I forgot that there was an enemy unit there, but no, definitely not. Definitely not. General Feng did manage to retreat. Now they're trying to hit Luoyang, so they could try a counterattack this late in the game on Luoyang. It's not 100% certain that it would happen, but it's definitely a possibility. And there we go. Finally, our defensive anti-aircraft helps out in this situation. Now they're sending all their units against Guangzhou. All right, reinforcing for Togo. Japanese 30th Army reinforcements arrive. And General Wiedemeyer is selected as commander of American forces in China. Okay. Good old General Wiedemeyer. I have no idea who he is. I have no idea whatsoever. He must be a fascinating character. Going to take another turn at least for that area. Let's keep pushing. Now, how can they use defensive artillery for their artillery? I disagree a little bit with that there. There we go. Nice. Destroyed the artillery. And we'll keep chasing General Feng. Actually, sorry, this is General Such. Doesn't sound very Chinese. I'm probably not saying it correctly. We are rolling through. Let's go, boys. Victory is assured. Wonder if we can get the tank all the way there this quickly, or this late, I should say. I don't think so, but that's not going to stop us from trying. Even the engineers have been deeply involved in this combat. All right. Yeah, absolutely. It's certainly not the most focused on operation in World War II. That's true. All right, let's end the turn. Not much left. Not much left. We haven't been using those bombers. That's another mistake. But I didn't think that they could reach. Now I'm looking, and the enemy does have an airfield fairly close. We could at least be hitting their airfield there. It's at Canton. I don't know why they want Changsha, but it's kind of creeping me out. Because maybe that is... it's not an objective. It doesn't have a yellow circle around it, but it's got to be important. All right, come on. You can do it, boys. Don't make us wait anymore for this victory. The Emperor's birthday is coming up. There we go. That's more like it. All right, beautiful. Can we reinforce these guys? I don't think so. Let's keep moving. We've got to go towards Lucho. I don't think there's any point in attacking from Hanoi because we know they're going to have defenders. But then again, maybe all the defenders have run away over here to defend Lucho. We also have to take Nanning. So quite a few cities here to take still. And we are behind schedule. We're even going to have to cut across the jungle here just to make it, hopefully, on schedule. I don't know, guys. I don't think it can be a victory. I don't think so. Not enough time. Okay, we'll keep this unit here just to keep everybody safe. Of course, we want the general nearby, but we'll keep, what's his name? The 4th Cavalry Brigade back in this area. I'm still going to try to chase this guy down. Nice! Another army destroyed. At least we have badly destroyed the Chinese. And who knows, maybe they don't have a lot of defenders in this area. Maybe we can get a lucky win quickly. I just don't know, folks. Oh, they're flown in from Burma. So the Chinese are actually flying in troops from other countries to support them here. There's reinforcements. And beautiful. Again, the defensive anti-aircraft fire is working a little bit. Let's see if it can defend the artillery. And it actually did. So, well done. Yeah, I was worried about that. So they definitely have another army near Lucho. And the rain is getting as bad as ever. 3 turns remaining. Let's see if we can destroy this general. General Su. And let's see what we can do about this. So I'm going to expand out this way. I'll have to leave one of our units behind to defend. We're even ambushing the enemy in the rain here just to get a victory. If I could reinforce this unit, I would, but we just can't. Not behind enemy lines like this. And look at that, they're at 11. We could still do some damage there, though. Our boys are so brave since they know that this is an important location here. An extremely important location, actually. Okay, let's see if we can knock out those bombers. I mean, it's not like they can bomb us right now with the actual rain, but, you know, next turn they certainly could. Let's go, boys. Closer and closer to victory. Let's not forget about those bombers as well. I think we can use them. Oh, no, we can't because of the weather. Oh, the weather sucks, man. Nidal's World War II channel. Oh, I know the one you're talking about. It's the guy that used to do the World War I stuff. Yeah, I was recently watching his World War II stuff as well. I guess he ran out of World War I content. He did so much. That guy's so talented. Indy Nidal. All right. And of course, more Chinese reinforcements, this time from Western China, arriving to try and prop up this last city, or these last 2 cities. Two turns. I don't think so, guys. I'm glad we didn't give up, though. I'm glad we didn't give up. So we still have Chongqing, Lucho. Quite a few areas here that we still have to take. Yeah, we'll just stay put with our the locations we've taken already, at least. The weather's not going to stop the artillery, thank goodness. Here we go, taking that area too. And again, I'm not even sure if taking these locations that aren't actually strategic objectives makes any difference at all. I think it makes a little difference maybe in terms of supplies, but yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to take the area in time, unfortunately. That is not going to happen. Yes, we'll definitely shell Chinese positions. We have to. Japanese poison gas attack near Lucho causes Chinese casualties. That's a great image, by the way. Shows Japanese troops, using gas masks. This almost looks like something you'd see from World War I, but no, sir. That actually happened. I don't believe the Japanese ever used poison gas against American troops. I could be wrong on that if somebody wants to check, but definitely against Chinese troops. And, of course, the careless use of poison gas is going to damage us, too. We're down to the last turn. Hope you guys enjoyed. I want to thank everybody for showing up, of course. You can't win them all. And there's no way we're going to make it in there. I still want to see the final score here. If there is a final score, or if it's just mission failed, please commit seppuku now. Depending on what it is, though, I kind of want to see what happens. Wow, there's snow. 0 turns remaining. So it'll be it after this turn. We will send one final attack, of course, for Hirohito himself, but I don't think we're getting in there. Yeah, almost certainly not. All right, let's end it, guys. There we go. So we didn't get to Lucho. That was the final stop for us, at least. In this particular, it's sort of a mini campaign. I mean, this is a this is a campaign, but it's sort of a setup as a battle. As it's only 25 turns. Realistically, you know, this would be a very, very long campaign if we were playing War in the Pacific or something like that. It would be very, very long. Here it's kind of shortened, but still pretty entertaining. And you guys can get this game, of course, on Steam. Strategic Command World War II, and this is the Pacific update. Oh, we got a minor victory. Hey, not bad. I'll take it, guys. I thought we were going to come out with a loss, but a little Japanese minor victory. Pretty cool. So I guess we could have taken more areas, but we still managed to get a win there. Tommy says, any idea of the casualties? No, because here you're pretty much using, you know, like the units... they typically start at 10 and work down from there. So you kind of have to like assume what that would be, thousands to hundreds of men to tens of thousands. You kind of have to do the math in your head. And again, guys, I will say, please, if you want to help the channel, follow me here on Agrippa Maxenius on Twitch. Just twitch.tv/AgrippaMaxenius. Really easy to get there. Really easy to sign up for Twitch, and you just hit the follow button. And that's it. Yeah, you're following me pretty much. Follow button is usually up here. It's like a little heart, and just hit that, and you'll see me more on some live streams. Thanks again, guys. I hope you had a great time, and I'll catch you on the next one.